Hey guys, welcome to PTSD While Black. I'm Quinn. I wanted to talk about social anxiety disorder and the gang stalking situation that I've gone through. Um, I've had social anxiety disorder since I was 19 years old, very awkward, and the ways that I pushed myself through it was to force myself to get out there, actually use karaoke to get over my social anxiety disorder. Getting on stage, singing in front of strangers, helped me to be like, okay, I'm out there versus I'm too afraid to leave the house. And actually, that's how I got to California. That's another damn story. Shit, there's so many stories around my social anxiety disorder. I got to California because I had a pen pal who also had social anxiety disorder. He was too scared to go check the mail. Yes. So together, we helped each other heal. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about with the gang stalking, for me, social anxiety is this fear of making mistakes or looking awkward or looking like a fool, or being rejected by your peer group. Um, so with this situation, I was just thinking about when I first got the concussion that I was told to learn how to speak better. To return my speech, I had to stutter unapologetically, because what I was doing was trying to not stutter. So I would stutter. I was trying to hold back the words, get them perfect, get them out of my mouth correctly, and then I would end up stuttering. And they were like, instead, stutter unapologetically, forgive yourself, try again. And then learn your mouth positions for those vowels or words that you're having trouble with, and then try it again. And if you stutter, it's okay. Just keep going. Um, so I applied that to the stuttering, and I got back to most of my speech. Um, and when I was on Smule, the karaoke app, because it helps with my social anxiety, I was also there singing and doing voice acting because it was helping me with my diction, so I could pronounce things a little better. I noticed there were some words that I have like a little bit of a lisp with. Um, so if we apply the same thing from the stutter to social anxiety disorder, to where I go amongst my friends, my peer group, I make a mistake. Okay? I apologize for it. I look at where I was wrong and I correct that behavior. And then I try again with the new information. Now, the challenge that happened with me with the gang stalking group on Smule is that I tried to apologize and I was blocked from being able to apologize. And I was confused, and so I kind of got stuck in the same cycle loop of, what did I do wrong? How do I fix this? Where do I go with this? And I know my team lead, I was always like talking to her, I don't know what to do, and I'm like stuck in the feelings, and that's annoying for anybody. Nobody wants to be around that, right? So she participated in the gang stalking whenever that idea came up. So I realized that these gang stalking is something that interrupts our ability to socialize normally when you're on the receiving end of this. So, as someone on the receiving end, we have to normalize ourselves. And what I did for myself in this situation is I offered to make amends to that community by holding a healing circle, doing guided meditations. My real vision for that was to hold healing circles and let people talk about how they felt with my faux pas of doing adult voice acting, how it made them feel, what would they have liked instead. That's what I wanted to do with the healing circle. No one from Smule showed up for that. But it was other people that I invited from other groups I'm in that came. And it was a beautiful experience. And so I got to look at how I can make an amends to someone, even if they're not willing to receive it or hear it. And after the end of a month, because I offered to do it for an entire month so that people had a chance to go, when no one had come through on that particular thing, I was like, well, I did my part, and I could let go. I could let go of the need to prove. because I'd taken care of the part of I stepped on someone's toes, I apologized, and I'm learning new ways of handling things. Now, as I've talked to some folks, I've gotten some newer insights on how I can go forward um, in the future with these faux pas. Like on my pages, mark them as 18 plus only. Mark all the joins as 18 plus only. Um, Stuff like that. But if people listen to it anyway, that's on them, baby. That's not my problem. Okay. That was the other thing too, was blaming myself for the inappropriate feelings that other people may have had. It's not my problem. Um, it's an app where everyone was doing those things, right? So, and I actually did screenshot where I saw all those people who were like gang stalking me were also doing 18 plus scenes. So obviously it wasn't the issue of me doing 18 plus. It was because I was good. No, anyway, I'm kidding. I'm gonna say it's because I was good. They called me a narcissist, so I'm gonna be one. On which I'm the furthest thing from a narcissist. I'm just a black woman with good self-esteem, and that makes people uncomfortable. But the point being is to learn to do things in a new way, and it's also I've had to learn in this process with the gang stalking is to learn who the audience was and what environment am I in? Am I with people who have healthy self-esteem that can be able to take me asking to make an amends and not see it as if I'm trying to stalk somebody? No, bro, no. Um, and that's where I have to look at where they end and where I begin, or where I end and they begin. That's where I look at. So with social anxiety disorder, giving myself permission to make mistakes. That's the big thing I've learned from this. I gave myself permission to make mistakes, big time. Okay, I gave myself permission to learn from them and to try to make amends. And for the folks that I did not get to speak to directly, I actually made recorded amends for them. But something else that you can do is to write a letter to the person and never send it. That's another way to make an amends when someone's not willing to receive it. Because what we're doing is we're just acknowledging, okay, this is what I did. I was wrong. I made a mistake. This is what I know to do to correct it. And this is how I will choose to be with you in the future. Now, when you do an actual face-to-face amends or over the phone, the other person can also give you feedback of what their reality was, what their experience was, and that gives me more information of how I can correct my behavior. In the case of these gang stalkers, that was never available, so if they're expecting anything else from me, I'm not going to read their minds. I got a brain injury, bitch! Ha! So, I did the best that I could with the information that I had. And as more information becomes available, then I can be able to adjust my behavior. But the big thing that I got from all of this, from my doctor and the lawyer that I spoke to and my friends that are therapists, is that, the big thing that you're doing, Quinn, is moving yourself from this situation, because these are not people who are able to receive an adult approach and just keep moving forward. And that's what I had to do for myself. And I know that they're still following the stuff that I do, because I just saw some of the stuff on TikTok, and I'm just like, oh God. So yeah, I just have to let it be. Maybe they will grow and get the help that they need, and that's awesome. Maybe they never will. They might never do that. And that's okay too. Tricked you, didn't I? I said that's okay too if you don't grow, if you don't learn. That's your choice. That's the lesson that you're here to get in life. But I'm here to get my lesson, which is to value myself, to know I'm a whole person. And I think my other lesson, big time, is to help other people to know that they're whole, that they're valued, and that they matter. Because I don't think I would have had an awesome aunt who was a teacher and great grandmothers that were teachers. I don't think that would have been in my life if it wasn't part of my journey, is to be able to teach. Hey, I made a mistake. I tripped over here. Just letting you know there's a big ass rock there. You might want to go around it, hop over it, crawl around it, whatever you want to do. Just let you know it's there. And then let them choose the path they want. And so at this point too, with the gang stalkers and the people on Smule, I've shown them what I can do. And now I need to let them do what they need to do for themselves, whatever that looks like, in whatever way. And if it ends in something positive for them, fantastic. If it ends in, like my tarot readings are saying, STDs, pregnancies, abortions, miscarriages, and death, that's an option too. I wouldn't want that for them, but those are options. We all get to make choices. And that's the big lesson I'm getting too from all of this, is that I have to release people to make their own choices and to deal with their own consequences. With that, I will pass because I have a mentee that's about to call me. Mentee, they're so fresh. A protege. She's about to call me. And that's what we're talking about today, is our fears and making mistakes. So I hope this has been useful for somebody out there. And just know that you're valuable and loved even when you make a crap ton of mistakes. When you poop your pants, you wipe your butt. You clean up your clothes. You wash your hands. Take a shower if it was that bad. And then you go on about your day. And then you poop again, hopefully next time, in a toilet. All right, till next time. Peace.